Something strange entered the kingdom of Udo one midnight. The palace slept in silence. No one saw it. No one knew it had been there. Yet it completed its task and left quietly. Weeks passed. The top doctor went to see King Maduka at the palace. "Your Majesty, there is nothing more we can do. We don't know what is wrong with the queen, and we don't know how to cure her," the doctor said, his voice heavy with sadness. Princess Zina listened from behind the door. Her heart raced. Her mother, what would happen to her? She ran to the chamber. "Mother! Mother!" she shouted, fear breaking through her voice. "I'm here, my sweet Zina," the queen replied weakly. Zina sank beside her mother. Tears streamed down her face. Relief washed over her. Her mother was still alive. "Mother, please don't leave me," she whispered, clutching her hand. "I won't. I am here with you," the queen said softly. Zina's eyes widened. "Tomorrow is my birthday. Will you come?" The queen smiled faintly and pointed to her dress nearby. "See, my dress is ready. I'll be there for your 6th birthday," she promised. Zina's face lit up. "You promise?" "Yes, I promise," her mother said, holding her hand tight. Hours later, the queen was playing with her 4-month-old baby boy. Laughter filled the room. Tiny hands reached for hers. Suddenly, a sharp pain struck her chest. She gasped. She carefully placed her baby on the bed. He began to cry. She tried to reach for him, but her strength failed. She collapsed beside him, unable to touch him. Her last breath left her quietly, leaving the baby crying alone. A maid passed by the queen's chamber and heard the baby crying. She knocked on the door, but there was no reply. Worried, she opened it. The queen lay lifeless on the bed. "Your Majesty!" the maid screamed, her voice echoing through the palace, grabbing everyone's attention. Princess Zina woke that afternoon to the sound of people crying. She ran down the hall, following the sobs until they led her to her parents' room. She stepped inside and froze. Her mother lay lifeless in her father's arms. The king noticed her immediately. "Take her away," he commanded. The maids hurried to lead her out. But Zina couldn't stop crying. She sobbed uncontrollably while the maids tried and failed to comfort her. That evening, the elders visited the king to offer their condolences. "The queen's death is very strange," one elder said. The king nodded, silent. He had no answers either. "This world is very wicked," another elder said. Princess Zina listened at the door. "Someone killed mother," she whispered to herself, her voice trembling with rage. From that day, the princess was never the same.
Do you remember this story?
No, I don't, Mother.
What about when we used to play the piano together?
No, I still can't remember.
And when we used to pick flowers in the garden?
I'm trying, I really am.
But what if I don't regain my memories? Don't say that. You will regain your memories.
17 years had passed, and Princess Zina was now a grown woman. She was smart, beautiful, and graceful. In the palace, she was feared by the maids and servants. She was very clean-conscious and dealt quickly with lazy servants. Her eyes and ears were everywhere in the palace. Her voice could be heard everywhere in the palace, with servants walking here and there until she was satisfied. She didn't trust any of them. Princess Zina kept the servants busy, so they had no time for mischief. She had her reasons. A palace that ran smoothly was a safe palace. Over the years, Udo Kingdom grew stronger and richer. Blessed with fertile lands, valuable minerals, and clever people, the kingdom quickly outshone its neighbors. King Maduka encouraged trade and supported entrepreneurs, making production and exports easier. Many kingdoms sought alliances with Udo, but he rejected those with cruel practices, like human sacrifices. Some jealous kings plotted against him in secret. Yet, King Maduka remained relaxed. He trusted the peace he had built and enjoyed life with his children. Prince Chinonso was only 17 and knew he was not ready to rule. Zina saw it all clearly. If something happened to her father, the elders could ignore her wishes and force her into decisions she did not want. Like father, like son, she muttered, watching them laugh together. The investigation into the queen's death had lasted only 2 months before it was closed. Nothing was found. But Zina did not stop. She was certain someone was behind it, though she could not yet prove it. So, she continued the search alone, a silent mission unknown to her father and brother. But there was one question. If her father and brother knew nothing about her desire for revenge, where did Princess Zina get the money for her investigations? Because investigations like this required a lot of money. King Maduka went out to visit an ally kingdom, leaving the palace in his daughter's care. Whilst discussing with the investigation team, the leader of the team decided they see a spiritualist, but Zina disagreed. She didn't believe in such things. She told them to continue the search the way they did, even though it was rarely producing any results. After the meeting, Zina watched her phone. 10 missed calls from Chidera. She wanted the princess to come for her birthday. Zina had analyzed the 10-month-old friendship. She made a promise to fulfill another promise. She opened her wardrobe full of new items yet to be released into the market or not yet known, and chose a gift for Chidera. Before leaving the palace, Princess Zina inspected the servants' work, especially the pruning of the garden trees. She wasn't satisfied, but noticing how long they had been working, she said, "Rest for today, finish it tomorrow." Her car was ready in the palace courtyard. Prince Chinonso watched her go, already knowing where she was headed. Zina had spent the morning at Amara's house, yet now she was returning to meet her cousin and Chidera again. Immediately she left the palace, Prince Chinonso made himself king. He ordered the servants to call his personal tutor and lied to him about his father approving a project in the top university in the K and that he was to start today and even now. The lecturer asked about the class they were to have today. "We have to finish the 3 hours lecture before I leave for the university," he said firmly. Prince Chinonso saw that his lecturer was being difficult to get rid of. Prince Chinonso leaned back in his chair. It seems you're not interested in this important project," he said slowly. He smiled. "Should I inform my father that you refused his order?" "No, Your Highness. I am interested in the project. I'll take my leave." The tutor knew the prince was up to something, so he told the butler to keep an eye on the prince before leaving. The moment the tutor left the palace, Prince Chinonso jumped onto the couch. "Freedom!" he shouted. He quickly ordered pizza and refreshments. A new movie had just been released and he had no intention of missing it. He was about to be rebuked by the butler, but the headmaid spoke first. "Pizza is unhealthy for you, Your Highness," the headmaid warned. The prince looked around slowly. He stepped on a broken tile, then brushed dust off his statue. "Should I tell my sister about these?" he asked calmly. "No, please, Your Highness. They will be taken care of immediately." "Then stay out of my business," the prince warned. The butler and headmaid, for the sake of their jobs, let the prince do whatever he wanted. Chidera waited outside her house for the princess. Amara noticed her and went to speak to the birthday girl. "Chidera, let's go inside. I told you before, the princess doesn't attend birthdays since her mother died." "But she promised," Chidera said. "She doesn't even celebrate her own birthday, so why would she attend yours? Let's go inside." Chidera and Amara began to turn away when a car honked. They looked back and saw the princess. "Did I keep the birthday girl waiting?" Zina asked. Chidera ran forward and hugged the princess tightly. Amara froze, her heart sinking. Then it hit her. Zena had rejected her birthday invitations every year, but she had accepted Chidera's very first invitation. Amara forced a small smile and looked away, hiding the sting in her chest. Not now, she told herself. I won't ruin this moment for Chidera. Zena is in. Let's go inside and start the party, Amara said. The birthday party was lively, filled with friends and family. Zena greeted Chidera's parents warmly, exchanging polite nods and smiles with the other guests. When the cake was brought out, everyone sang for Chidera. At gift time, Princess Zena handed her carefully wrapped present. Chidera tore it open and discovered a perfume with the name Adaeze. It's new in the market, Zena explained, a locally made perfume with a luxurious fragrance. The ladies at the party whispered among themselves. They remembered the special scent Zena always carried and now wanted one for themselves, to feel a little like a king's daughter, as the name promised. Zena smiled quietly, a promise kept by fulfilling another promise.
King Maduka was on his way home. He asked the chief guard about the welfare of his children and the palace. The guard informed him that the princess was not around. The king wondered where she had gone. Just then, the driver suddenly stopped the car. "What's the problem?" the king asked. "Something happened to the tire. I will check," the driver replied. Moments later, the driver returned with worry on his face. "Your Majesty, the tire was punctured by a bullet." Before anyone could react, gunshots rang out. The driver jumped back into the car and sped off as the guards returned fire. But the road ahead was blocked by a fallen tree. One by one, the guards were shot down, leaving only those inside the car. The chief guard immediately called for backup. At the palace, Prince Chinonso was busy watching a movie and enjoying pizza when a guard suddenly rushed into his room. "Your Highness, the king has been ambushed." Chinonso jumped up in panic. "What? I'm too young to be king." His voice shook. "Send the security team immediately. Make sure my father comes back alive." The guard rushed out to carry out the order. Left alone, Chinonso sat in silence, wondering who could possibly want his father dead. Meanwhile, Chidera's birthday party was coming to an end. Chidera was happy about how the celebration had turned out and thanked her parents warmly. Zena watched them embrace and suddenly remembered her own 5th birthday. Her mother had been alive then and pregnant with Chinonso. She had made a wish that their family would always be together. But not all wishes come true.
Let's go out and have more fun, Amara suggested excitedly. Zena agreed. Just then, her phone rang. It was Chinonso. She glanced at the screen but didn't answer. She assumed he was calling to disturb her again. Zena stepped into the car with Amara and their friend Chidera. They drove toward the best hotel in the kingdom. The princess could be seen on many signboards advertising for different companies. They arrived at the hotel. Amara booked the best room in the hotel, fitting for the princess. Chidera wondered where she got all that money, but Zena was not surprised. She hardly spent, but she had money. The ladies were noticed by Chika, the daughter of Chief Nyoroge, and her friends. The room Amara booked was supposed to be for Chika's birthday, but because of the princess, they were denied that room. Chika disliked the princess. She felt second to her in everything, including influence, power, money, and maybe more. She stared at the princess with pure hatred. The assassins were closing in on the king's car when suddenly one of them fell to the ground. The others looked around in confusion. Then another fell. Gunshots echoed through the forest. One by one, the assassins were shot down. Some managed to escape into the darkness, while others were wounded and captured alive. Inside the car, the king, the chief guard, and the driver watched in shock as a group of armed men emerged from the shadows. They quickly secured the area and captured the surviving assassins. In the middle of them, one man stepped forward. He did not look ordinary. King Maduka, the chief guard, and the driver stepped out of the car. "Thank you for saving my life," the king said. "Who are you, young man?"
The story continues.
Like the video and subscribe for the next episode.